Fine, Chris. W.I.B.C from Wales really does need to win this match, following a very surprising loss in his previous game to Syed Safran from Malaysia, and he would have been very disappointed losing that 2-0. Whereas Jonathan Ross from Ireland cruised through his first round robin match against Nick Watkins from Canada, 2-0. So the local man, if he can win this game, will be almost certainly guaranteed a place in the quarterfinals. W.I.B.C, the recently crowned Welsh singles champion, a very good win in Llanelli. That was in February against 2000 Robert Wheel, world champion. So he's obviously capable of playing very, very good bowls. Didn't show it yesterday, and he's really going to be up against it today. Jonathan Ross, not only the British Isles singles champion and Irish singles champion, but also world ranked in the top 16. So this could be a very difficult day's work for W.I.B.C. No, this is good. Oh, that's a beauty. This will be a steady first end. Both players be quite happy to get a single or lose a single, no more than that. Very close with this. Oh, that's excellent stuff. That looks good for shot.
An excellent reply here from Jonathan. He's been playing exceptionally well this past few days, and Dial have to be in top form if he's in with any chance here.
Jonathan will be very careful with his last delivery. Quite happy to get a single. These round robin matches played over 7 ends in each of the first 2 sets, and a 3-end tie break. So that's a practice shot for Jonathan. That's why he's playing it on the backhand. He's just practicing for his next delivery. So I think we'll find this will be a longer jack length whenever Jonathan plays the jack down. Clever thinking. Yes, as expected, Jonathan's moved Jack on a foot length. Yes, it's a good start. A forehand at a full length is a wonderful hand to play on. It just draws back right into the center of the rink. They'd be very disappointed if he doesn't get the first ball within a foot every time at that distance. So W.I.B.C hasn't adjusted with his first ball. That'll be a rangefinder. Of course, this is Jonathan's home club, and mainly singles finals are played on this rink, so he knows it very well, and he's taking full advantage of that. So the 27-year-old from Mountain Ash in mid Glamorgan is going to be under some pressure in this match. This is a good correction. Doesn't want to fall away. Unlucky.
Our short is the last ball. 12, 14 inches.
Well, the weight was good, line was wrong. May not be too pleased. Jonathan now wearing glasses, of course, for this season. Last number of years he has struggled on without them. Certainly hasn't made any difference to his standard of play. Still playing as well as ever. Normally it takes a year or two to get used to playing with glasses, especially in the indoor and television lights. It's very warm. Not much on here, Barbara, is there?
No, Dow might change his hand here, David, and go for the open draw, maybe carrying a foot of weight to rest the ball down.
He's going to have a lot of weight to hold this one up. That backhand swings like mad onto the line. There's the right idea, a little bit of weight, but it's not an easy shot to play. Takes a bit of practice, that one. I can't see Jonathan doing much more here than add another. The forehand's wide open for it. Doesn't want to make the head any wider in the backhand. He didn't need one round there. I think he was just trying to draw up over the weight. A little shake of the head wasn't what he was after. So, can W.I.B.C adjust with this one? It looks like it's going to swing under again. Any connection might give him a bonus. Well, that may have saved a second. The ball just lifted up. One conceded. Jonathan will ask for a measure. That doesn't surprise me. He's not too good at the measures, somehow or other, Barbara. I don't know why.
Oh,
but I've seen this time and time again with Jonathan, even playing against him, that he's not very good at judging measures.
Oh, well, he's better safe than sorry, Dave, at this stage of the game.
Yes, when he didn't have the glasses, we used to tease him about it. Now he's got the glasses, he's got no excuse. But better get the umpire out. Billy Wilson will tell us exactly what the situation is. Well, it looks like Dye was right. There's only the one. So 1 to blue. Johnny Ross takes a second single. Jonathan obviously deciding to put as much distance between Matt and Jack as possible. Full length, 30.5 metres. On the favourite side of the rink when it's at full length. First ball always going to be close. Well, this is the sort of standard we expected in this game.
Last ball, just short of Jack, eh? Hold short.
It's always going to be a difficult match for Di Prosser against the British Isles champion, but to play him on his home green, and in fact on his home rink. He'll know this rink so well. Every ball has to be of some use. It's going to fall under. A little bit surprised he didn't attack that a little bit more in the forehand, Barbara. It looks like a much better shot in the forehand to me.
Yeah, a bit more the percentage shot, David. Had a couple of options in the forehand, but he's trying to settle himself into the game here, get his drawing going.
Yes, Jonathan's making every ball count. Look at this. Well, I'll be honest, I wouldn't mess about with that. I'd be down at that with a ton of weight. He has to attack this head. Now he's on the forehand. Well, he's playing it controlled, and that's a difficult shot in this hand. It swings away. And that's a difficult weight to play, just that yard or two, so almost certainly Jonathan's got a choice here. He'll think about this. Johnson's got a choice. He can think about this. Just push the ball out for 4, or the alternative is to draw around the back of the head for cover. What do you think he'll do, Barbara?
Big opportunity here. I think he'll go for it, David. These chances don't come too often in a game, so Jonathan was eyeing it up there. I think he'll go for it.
Okay. It'll be a shot with both things in mind, because if he misses it, he'll come around the back of the head to cover the back position. So it's a good percentage shot to play this off. He's hurting on a nice line for it. Needs to hurry a little bit to get to his own bowl. Off his own will do, or the jack. Oh yes. Well, turn of the jack or turn of the bowl is what he needed, and he got the edge of the jack. And that really does put W.I.B.C under a lot of pressure. It's 3 to blue with this little touch on the jack. And there's only going to be one shot to play here, Barbara, surely.
He'll be down onto it, David, his forehand, I reckon.
It'll be 2 to red. That was a brilliant drive by W.I.B.C. It had to be played. 3 against him. No choice. And that 2 levels this first set.
This is a fantastic shot here by Dai. He had to play it. Straight down through the head and lifting the jack into the ditch, picking up a 2. This will get the adrenaline pumping now. Fantastic shot.
Well, he hit the jack, it went into the ditch. The ball, of course, was live because it was a toucher. And he had one at the back of the head. And that was an excellent shot by Dai. And that's what he has to do. That's the sort of thing that you must do against somebody like Jonathan Ross. You must ruffle the feathers a bit, play those weight shots, take every opportunity. And if Jonathan plays to his normal form, Dai's going to get a lot of practice with those shots. Well, that drive has affected his weight. He played a shorter jack length and hasn't recovered. It's one of the things you have to think about whenever you play a drive. If you adjust onto a short jack distance, hard to get the weight back down again. Still plenty of space though. This is a comparable loose head really from the 2 previous ones or 3 previous ends. Still struggling. It's a loose one, Barbara.
It certainly is, but Jonathan's getting every chance here to nail it, David. He's actually landing 2 shots, but nothing really close to it.
Well, after this ball, we have 2 more to come. John, I don't believe this. I'm starting to hear Dougie noises in the background. Shep wants out to round these ones up. In the kennel, ready to get out.
Is Rover dead?
Oh. I don't believe he changed his hand. Well, the rationale was to, I'm not getting it in the forehand, I'll change on the backhand. And Jonathan's going to lift a big count on this in a very, very loose end. Well, that known to us as a helicopter end. It's this chance. And I think it might even be more painful. Not only is there 3, but W.I.B.C could easily have turned in the short ball for 4 with his last delivery. Well, they're looking at the 3rd. I think that'll be conceded. Now they're looking at the 4th. 3 it is. So 3 to blue. And that'll be an end that W.I.B.C will want to forget about as soon as possible. And that's interesting. Jonathan, who's been favouring the longer ends, has decided to play a shorter jack length following Di Prosser's struggle in the previous end. First ball so crucial in singles play. Oh, Johnny, you're allowed to smile. It wasn't bad. Well, that shot would almost have been good enough from Di Prosser to get one in the last end. I don't think it's going to be good enough this time. His hand swings very quickly. An edge of the ball would be useful. Well, that kept him in the head and straightened the ball up. Made it into quite a useful one. It's going to force Jonathan to play the forehand, I would think. Don't waste much time, do they, Barbara?
No, certainly not.
This is good. It's going to bend right in front of the jack. You don't want to drop short. Absolutely nothing for being down there. Just a bit of bother this end again, and if Jonathan lifts a 2 here, it's going to be very hard for the Welsh champion to get back into this set. I fully expect Johnny to add another. Out in the high line. This will bend all the way back. Big swinging hand. Here it comes. All the way back on the bias. If it drops in, that's good enough. And the ball's just dropped, so I think that's 3 to blue. And I don't think Di Prosser will draw this. I think he should draw it, Barbara, but will he decide to have a go at it?
Well, he's struggling a bit with the draw line there, David, but Jonathan's ball was excellent. I just slipped around the head, not widening the target any, so very difficult shot for Di to play here.
This is a big draw ball. He's going to try and draw it. He needs to adjust line and length to get this right, and that's not easy. Yep, he's overplayed it. That was a mistake. I think it might have been better having a go at that to take something away. He's going to lose 3 shots here. Just waiting on confirmation as he reaches the head. First set. And really, outside of one very good drive, Barbara, which managed to give Di Prosser a double, he really hasn't been there. So, any comments that you want to give to us? The text number is 07764 355 202 and email to world.bowls@bbc.co.uk. And all your comments are welcome. We'll try and answer them as best as possible. And really, Jonathan's just cruising at this stage. Hasn't had to play any real shots other than the draw.
Yeah, Jonathan totally in control of this game in the driving seat and just drawn away.
And this will be a matter of, after 2 ends to go, now possibly send himself practice for the next set, because really the chances are I'm not going to get back into this one. Of course, they will play the set all the way to the completion because of shot average. That'll be on count back because we're playing round robin matches. Top 2 in the section of 4 go through to the quarterfinals. Jonathan will be looking to just put a little bit more on his previous ball. Well, he did, but just not enough. Disappointed with that, because anything behind the jack would be useful. That would have been his target. Well, this is building up. Jonathan's going to have to think about this. And it's really a matter of getting into there. Barbary has to match that because the jack could be pulled back.
Yes, a shot to play, David. He'll not only count for another shot, but he'll have a back pole.
He's had 2 opportunities to play that. He's dropped short both times. I think he'll make sure with this one. Certainly looks better weight. Can he catch the red balls? Well, that's good. That'll do. It might even be another shot the way it dropped in.
Jonathan knew the correction he had to make here. Just to slip round the head and rest the 2 red balls. A perfect delivery from Jonathan.
That certainly covers things a little, but I think Di Prosser really should play this on the forehand. Try and touch the jack back. The forehand traditionally will hold off unless it's got dead weight. So he's decided to play the backhand on the big swing. A harder shot. He has to score this end to give himself any chance at all. Must score a double. If he gets the jack right, he's got a chance. Well, if that makes 2, we're definitely in with a chance in the last end. Yes, he'll want 2 out of this. He needs a measure to get a 2. If he'd have played that Barber on the forehand, it would have been 2.
Yeah, but I just trailed the jack through to the red, but that's all the same. As an excellent delivery, David.
I think it might well be 2 shots. That gives him a very outside chance going into the last end. He'll be 4 behind. Umpire Billy Wilson just trying to be very careful here. It's a little spring-loaded box measure. You can trace its history back to 1907 when it was first developed for the game of bowls. I can think of 1 or 2 bowlers that might have been around in those days. Could confirm that. looks like 2. Two it is. That was a very good ball by Di Prosser to get a double out of that head. Keeps his hopes alive in this set, albeit very tentative. He needs 4 in this end to draw the set. Well, anything's possible, but he hasn't been able to group any sort of situation to look like picking up a count. But that little ball, that just gives you a wee lift, just makes you feel a little bit more confident. Well, that's not a bad start. Oh, wow. Well, now, I can understand how that happened, because he was just about to deliver the ball in his full action and a phone rang at the side of the rink, and that just disturbed him enough that he dropped the ball. Well, has he reset himself? Found his composure? I'm not sure if he has. Just a little bit through.
Ball, please. 18, 20 inches.
Of course, that's something that is always mentioned at bowls events, that everyone turns their mobile phones off or onto silent, because it can disturb the players. It doesn't get much better in terms of evidence of that with that ball. And I think it did put him off, to be fair, Barbara.
Yeah, it's most annoying that, David, when it happens. Excuse me, even movement in the crowd. But you would think most people here would be bowlers and would understand the necessity to stay still and quiet when people are on the mat.
Well, he's been, to be honest, he's been forced to play that ball. That was actually, wouldn't be at all surprised if it was a deliberate shot, because he has to get balls behind the head to go for the 4. So the next time he'll be looking to trail the jack, Jonathan will cover the back position with this. He'll not worry about the jack. He'll be trying to get a metre or so behind, cover the red balls in case the jack's brought through. Well, that is not too good, because there's a trail on now, and this is a definite shot. He'll play this. This forehand will allow for this shot. On the forehand, onto the jack, and pull it back for 4, Barbara. It's the only way he can get to it.
It's the only shot he has, David. He needs the 4 shots.
I think Jonathan dropped short on his jack length there. He meant in jack high. He meant to be more than that. And this would be a heck of a bowl if this guy can pull this one off. Well, I don't think he's going to do it with this. He's off the line. The weight wasn't too bad to pull it through. It didn't look like a deliberate shot, though, Barbara, to go for the jack, did it?
No, it was a bit negative looking there, David. I thought he would have actually forced the ball down a bit more, but
I think that disturbance earlier in the end really put him off, to be honest with you, and Johnny will add another. He's got the first set in the bag. Well, he was just trying to play the ball out with that, Johnny. He was going for the 4 for the extra shots. He doesn't need them. He'll settle for a single. 1 it is to blue. So a very comfortable first set win for Jonathan at 9 shots to 4. This is a little disturbance. The phone just rang at the exact moment he was going to let the ball go. It definitely shook him, there's no doubt about that. It was a vital end for him. Bear in mind that Di Prosser, if he loses this game, will almost certainly not make it through to the quarterfinals. Well, it's a very good start to this second set. It's a set that he really must win. It has happened before in round robin matches where you can win one match and manage to scrape your way through in second place. Jonathan Ross would be the hot favourite to win all 3 of his round robin games, so that would give someone a chance to get through with 1 win. Players are just looking round the back. There's a television monitor there to help them, so they don't have to visit the head. The rules, of course, state that you don't visit the head until after you've played your 3rd bowl. On occasions, you can ask permission to go up after your 2nd. Well, this is more like it. This is better stuff. It's a very good bowl there. So that's what Di Prosser's doing. Have a look at the screen again as Johnson's ball arrives at the head. Just gone off the boil a little bit in some ways, Jonathan, hasn't he, Barbara? He's just loosened his game a little bit.
Just a little shy there, but Di needs to up his game a level, David, if he's to contend with him. This guy's a very good player. I was there when he won his Welsh singles title and to beat Robert Wheel, who was world champion in the year 2000, and not only that, but has been won a wealth of titles. He was the hot favourite for that particular match, and Di Prosser just blew him away. So this guy is a very, very good player. Jonathan Ross, a 29-year-old from Lisburn, now living in Belfast. Technical officer with a company in Lisburn. Been around the game for a long time. He's 29 but very experienced. Played all around the world, played in Hong Kong in the Masters pairs, won that a couple of times.
He's played in Australia, and of course he's won a number of Irish indoor titles. Not so prolific outdoors, fair to say. Very much an indoor specialist. Now, can you get another one in there? Chance with this, big chance with this. If he lifts the jack, it's even better. Oh, that's a beauty. That was a brilliant ball by Die Prosser. That could easily have moved that into 3 shots. And a slightly loose head by Jonathan Ross could well be punished here. Just turned it, looks like it may be just the 2. Well, that should lift the Welshman. That was one of those rare opportunities, Barbara, where the last ball could convert a situation.
Well, Di has to take all these opportunities, David. He has to play like this every end, not just one now and again.
All of a sudden, Die Prosser seems to have tightened his game right up. The realization that he has to win this set maybe kicked in. Well, John's reaction to that ball was a bit of what on earth happened there, because he thought that was very close indeed. Yes, it's a different Die Prosser in this set. And we might well just have a match on our hands here. If the young man from Mountain Ash can keep this going. This is going to hurry. He chased up after that ball. He got out of the blocks a bit too early, dropped it short. And that would have been a good ball to have drawn the jack around the corner. A similar ball to the last one, and Jonathan will draw the shot with this if he's reaching. Good line, has to hurry. Must run. Oh, he's not making the trip, and he's given Di another chance. And if he can play something similar to what he did the last end, Barbara.
Yeah, just a little conversion, David, round the corner. I think his alarm clock has gone off here, so wake-up call for him. He's starting to play now.
Another slight hesitation. Reset himself, this is important. He's not going to get back in time. He's just over it. Actually a little bit too heavy with that. If you'd hit the jack with that sort of power, you'd certainly given the shot away. Jonathan's looking at this on the forehand because there's a chance here on playing the other side of the rink. Think he'll play this, Barbara? Onto the bowl or inside for the jack?
Well, it is an option, David. It's maybe more the percentage shot. The backhand would be the dead draw, so there's a few options on the 4.
Well, everything has to be right on the backhand, but he's got 2 or 3 chances on the 4, so let's see what he plays. Good old professional forehand percentage shot. In with a chance. Close to the bowl. Clean bowl will do. Well, and the jack. That's an extra bonus. Gets the 2. And that turns a very good position from Di Prosser to Jonathan Ross. It looked like it all the way.
A fantastic delivery here from Jonathan. He knew he had a few options in the forehand. Just punch the bowl and collect the jack. 2 shots.
Yes, and a dramatic change in terms of jack length for Jonathan. He's got the mat, as did the whole of the Irish team on that occasion. Very good series for Ireland. So short jack length. I think he realised that Di Prosser was starting to come on to some sort of a game. And he's decided to change things around, shake it up a little bit. Good start. Just signs of this man coming into this, and Jonathan's very good at the shot play. He may just get the opportunity to see 1 or 2 more of those before the end of this match. Oh, that's a beauty. That is an absolute beauty. Johnson deciding that a back ball would be useful. It's not bad. I think he might have wanted to be a little bit further back than that. Di Prosser made it obvious with his previous delivery he's going to try and disturb this head, and I think he should play this ball off. Hard shot in the forehand. Edge of the blue one would be useful. Oh, well, he got a toucher. Yes, that would have been a little bit fortunate, though.
Well, the idea was right, David. Just under the bowl to lift the shot ball, but
a heavier touch on that, and it would have been the perfect angle. Those are the sorts of little bits of luck that you really need in matches, especially when it's not just going the way you want it to. Well, he has to play a similar ball. He's still looking to take the ball off. Has to be careful about his own now. He's only got 1 ball on the head, and that could be dangerous to take that one out. Closer this time. Much closer this time. Ball out clean. Oh, that's a perfect shot. And this man is definitely coming on to a game. Now we're seeing some great shot play.
Di knew the correction he had to make here. Excellent delivery. Just under his own, onto the blue. Click, shot ball. Super shot.
Well, it was a big shot in the previous end by Jonathan Ross to get a double, and now a very good shot again by Di Prosser to get a double. And these two are starting to have a bit of a battle. This is what we wanted. Quality match, no doubt about that. Well, he needs that first one a bit closer than that. That's a metre away. That's better. Oh, that's a lot better. Fall down for a back toucher. Jonathan Ross is involved in a match now. It's an important game for both players. As I've said before, Di Prosser really does need to take this into a tie break. Good effort by Jonathan. This will rest the ball. Good second, and it gives him a shoulder, something to work off. Di Prosser's trotting up after this. I think he reckons this one's close. And he's right. Off the ball and down for two. Oh, that's good stuff now. Really good stuff now. So Jonathan asked permission to have a look at this. This is a problem, Barbara, isn't it? Because there's a short red ball.
With Di's second delivery just dropping short of the head, it stops Jonathan narrowing his line in the backhand with maybe the weight he would require. So
I think he can play this with controlled weight on the backhand, just around the red ball. Just around the short one with controlled weight, just over the weight, open it up a little bit. The danger is if he holds off and gets his own ball. That's the problem. Well, he's going to play a similar shot on the forehand. He must be able to see it on the forehand. Oh, going for that controlled weight, and that's very difficult. That's forced him on the inside. I thought he might have changed onto the four. If he goes a little bit wider, he can get his own ball, and that's the problem. I think Di Prosser would be well advised to cover the back situation. He's got two balls against him at the back of the head. Forehand shot to cover the back would be good. Looks good. Definite cover ball. Tactically, that's very useful. We've had some very good stuff in the second set, and this is a very important ball for Jonathan Ross. Two down. Will he stick to the backhand? Looks a much better line this time. Got a chance with this. Got a very big chance with this for the ball and the jack. Oh, it's a cracker. That is an absolute beauty. Controlled weight on the backhand, turns the jack round for two. And we're getting some very good last balls. That's two more shots to blue. Doesn't get much better, Barbara, does it?
No, I've often said this before. Jonathan has every shot in the book, David, and he's just proven it here. Just corrected from his previous delivery, lifting the jack. Unbelievable.
Well, it looked all the way, and he's now levelled the scores after 4 ends to 4 all, and that is a lot better than 6-2 down. Jonathan will be thinking to himself, I can close this game out over the next couple of ends. So that's 4 ends in succession that we've seen very, very big deliveries with the last ball. Changed the head each time. And it's ended up in doubles on each occasion for both players. So we can get ourselves ready for another last ball conversion on this end. Good start. That's a good correction. Not quite making it, I don't think. Still 1 to red.
14 inch.
Can't afford to do that when you have those sort of chances. I think Jonathan will draw the shot with this one. Oh, he may have been a little bit unlucky. He's got the jack, just bounced off the ball, and the ball fell away. Still 1 down. My goodness, doesn't Die-Prosser need another one in on this head? That red ball sitting beautifully for Jonathan Ross to take it out for a count. He needs this one to bend all the way into the jack. Oh, and there's the double back again. So it looks good on the backhand now, Barbara.
Yeah, lift his own ball onto jack, David.
Now that would be absolutely perfect, wouldn't it, Barbara?
Yeah, it's the shot to play for Jonathan.
That's the shot he's looking for, his own ball onto the jack. Now we've seen big conversion shots from both players. Just off target. And, well, he'd have been very fortunate if he got a run through here. But look at this situation. Die-Prosser, line 2. The same ball as his last one, and he'll make it 3. And he's back in control of the set again. Close again. Oh, he's got a chance to make this 3. He has to be very gentle, though. Might be enough. Definite 2, but has he pushed 1 out? Well, I think it may be just the 2. He might be very unlucky if it's only the 2. Now, Jonathan's looking at it, and he certainly won't give it away. So we might need the skills of Billy Wilson, the umpire, to sort this one out. It's definitely 2 to red at the moment, and a measure for the third. Jonathan knows this, is studying this, he knows it's very important. If this is a 3, it's going to make life a little bit more difficult. I think it may be just the 2, a steady hand of Billy Wilson. He's trying to be very careful about this. He needs to be right in the middle of the jack onto the closest point of the ball. And of course, if they're equidistant, it'll be a no score, which will favour Jonathan Ross. And I'm beginning to think that both these balls are going to be pushed out, Barbara.
Yes, looking very like it, David.
Oh, he's gone back to the red, it's red. Yep. As soon as he went back to the red one again, it looked like it was going to be a third, and it is. So another very good last ball by Di Prosser has given him a 3-shot lead with 2 ends to go in this second set. And there's no doubt about it, this has been a different player in the second set, hasn't it, Barbara?
He most certainly has, David. But he knows he had to pull into reserves here, David, to get at Jonathan.
Yeah,
He
so
now is in the driving seat in the second set.
2's all the way here with a 3 coming in at the end for Di. High scoring set after 5 ends, 11 shots in total. And another good start by the Welshman.
Take the measure thing. Right. Okay.
Yes, it definitely took the Welshman a set to settle into this match. But we're really seeing a quality player. Needs to run with this ball, needs to get past it. Not quite. Still room for Jonathan Ross to bend around the red one. Watch this ball going down the rink. It'll go about 2/3 distance, 3/4 distance, and then the bias starts to take effect. Now it starts to bend. And there it goes, swinging away. Of course, these balls now are made of a composite material. This one just swinging back in. Many years ago, they used to be made of a lignum vitae, which will be well known to a lot of bowlers of a rather older age group, I think it's fair to say. Still use the lignum vitae, they're still made for the crown green game, not the flat green. Oh, it's a good effort by Jonathan. So whether it drops back or not for shot. Both players at the head now. Still 1 to red. Well, that confirms it, definitely 1 to red, and the blue ball, closest blue ball to Jack, will be the target for Di Prosser. That's the ball he'll be looking for. If he scores 2 shots in this end, he'll win the set. So this is a very important ball for him, and he's close. Will it hold? Will it hold to the blue ball? Oh, that was a great effort. So, big chance for Johnny Ross. Can he draw the jack to his own for 2? Forehand really lends itself, Barbara.
Yeah, just needs a slight adjustment on his previous delivery, David. He was very close with it. Doing a lot of studying here. Is he looking at this front orange to clip it out of the head?
I think he's just trying to work out the angles, to be honest. The danger is if he gets it wrong, the jack could go through to the back of the rink, and that wouldn't be too clever. Well, he's playing for the edge of the ball. Oh, he looks under. Has he got the ball? Just slightly under the target. So that's a single, and that's going to make life very difficult for Jonathan Ross come the next end. 8-4 to the Welshman. So with 1 end to go in the second set, Di Prots are in a very good position. Jonathan Ross has to score 4 shots to draw the set, and that would give him the match by virtue of winning the first set 9-4. So this is looking good for a tiebreak.
I think it's tiebreak on now. It'll be very difficult to pick up a 4 in this game, David.
Well, we knew this was going to be a quality game. Introduction of coloured bowls has been a great boon, there's no doubt about that, especially for us in the commentary box. We can really see whose line shot. Much easier, but it's much better for the viewers and spectators. Starting to creep into the ordinary club game now, the coloured bowls. They are more expensive, of course. They're made to order. And there's some spectacular colours out there. You've got multicoloured freckled ones, you've got pink ones. And of course, that's the prize for the correct answer to be drawn out for our quiz. So you can get a set of bowls made to order in the colour of your choice, or at least we'll try and get it as close as possible. Very good by Di. Anything he puts in the head. This will be a very good lesson on how to close an end down, how to stop your opponent scoring a big count. That's what he'll have in mind. Well, that's still not a bad position. Jonathan will be thinking, I've still got a chance here. If we move that jack back, it won't be the case. Well, that's useful.
Well, David, does he play it with his third bowl, or does he leave it to the last?
I don't think he'll play it with this one. I think he'll just still try and get another bowl in the head. There's still a chance of a 4. This ball has to make it at least to the other ones. Develop the red one a little. Oh, that's locked it in. That's almost certainly locked it in. I think it's gone now. It's a very good ball by Jonathan, but it's going to be hard to get that ball out clean. It's possible on the forehand. Depends on the angle. Just a touch there. That's what the problem was. Now, is that ball possible just the way it's sitting? Note from Di Prosser. What he'll do with this one's another bowl in the head. Well, Barbara, it looks like there's a chance here.
Yeah, Jonathan's his foot up to the bowl. He's looking to connect with there, David. Blue onto red, but he must stay in the head himself with his bowl. So wait.
Well, this is a shot that's definitely on, there's no doubt about it. And Johnny's a good man to play it. Oh, he had the perfect weight just inside the line, and we're going to be in the tie break. It's one shot to blue. So the Welshman has won the second set by 8 shots to 5, and so 1 set all. Players now have decided who's going to play first, and for any questions that you may ask about the game, the text number is 07764. So players have tossed for the choice to deliver the jack, and Di won the toss. Has decided to play. That would be a pretty good decision. That's a very good first delivery. So it's old sweaty palms time, Barbara.
Absolutely.
3-end tie break.
I think it's always good to take the jack, David. Some people give it away, but I think it's a big mistake. You have control of your jack length, but choice of the player. Some like to have the last bowl of the end.
Of course, he's very comfortable at a full-length jack. Now Di has to go chasing this. Jonathan line the shot, so immediately trying to cover. That's not going to make it. Another chance for the Welshman. His forehand will be a big swing, so it lends itself to drawing back into the head to turn the bowl off. Now, has he got the weight to hold this line? It will bend very quickly. Just under. He's committed himself, so Jonathan has to think about this. Will he draw another one, Barbara, or will he cover?
I think a cover bowl would be the shot, David.
Well, Jonathan obviously thinking, I'll not worry about the back position, I'll draw another one in and try and close it down. Oh, look at that. Wow. That makes a big difference. He's looking to see if he drives this about the respot. That's where the problem is, because of course we don't have dead ends in these matches. We have the respots, and I think if that goes on a respot, it'll be 1 to blue. I think you might see a little bit of a hit and hope here. I think he'll try and hit this and just pray that he gets a very good connection and a very good result. It's a hard hand to hit on, that backhand. Swings away very quickly if you're inside. And that's exactly what happened. Inside, so first end of the tiebreak to Jonathan Ross. swings away. The way it bends away, Barbara, so fast.
Yeah, but he had to play that sort of weight, David, to attempt to bring the jack right through to the ditch. As you says, a burnt end was going to be of no use to him.
And Jonathan Ross, whose choice it was to deliver the jack, has given it away. That's very good thinking. That gives him the last ball to enable him to win the match. Well, he's gone for a nearly full length jack. Wasn't very successful the last end.
Is he really playing into Jonathan's hands here, David?
Well, I'm just a wee bit surprised, to be honest. We'll know from his first ball. That's the crucial one. It's not a bad start, but that's not going to be close enough. Johnson's recovered from losing the second set. In a very strong position now. Looks pacey. Oh, he's lost the plot going for that full length jack. The drive once again has put his weight off. Once again, another loose one. And he knew that as soon as he let it go. Oh, he knows that was a bad ball because he really could put the pressure on. He's given Di Prosser yet another chance to draw the shot. Looking better, and he's taken the opportunity. Jonathan will be kicking himself. But he has 2 balls to recover the situation. After 2 balls, Jonathan has to ask permission to go up and look at the head. Permission granted. Wouldn't like to be a marker who would say no in that situation, Barbara.
Absolutely not, David.
Looks like a backhand, doesn't it?
Yeah, you can see a bit more of the jack on the backhand, David. But he's been playing the forehand so well.
So it looks like the backhand to me. You know, you can, as you say, Barbara, you can see more of the jack, and it does swing back into the head. He can afford to drive the ball off as well. That's what he's trying for. Looks inside. So Di Prosser is now line. An end lie. He needs another ball on the head in case that red one disappears. This is the right shot to play, though.
But he's well under the head, David, with his drive there.
Yeah, that was a barn door job, that. He missed that by a long way. He'll not miss it so much with the next one. So I would say that Di Prosser needs another ball in. He's staying away from this. I'm really surprised at this. He's looking to get a wide ball, and to be absolutely honest with you, he's maybe trying to get on the respot, but if this ball is clicked off, which is what Jonathan's trying to do, this will be a match shot for the Irish champion. He's closer this time. Oh, he's a lot closer this time. Oh, just inside again, and we're into a last end of the tie break. So 1-1. And this really is going to be a nervous one. Shake of the hands, good game. jack length, which in this direction I think is a very dangerous thing to do. He's letting Jonathan have the last ball.
And I think that's maybe where you and I would differ, David. I would never give the jack away.
Yes, Barbara, probably a pretty good reason why your club only has 2 jacks left.
Thank
All
you,
the
David.
rest are sitting in your garden shed. Now, can
I
Jonathan
will.
take advantage of this with the first ball? And that's the danger of playing a longer length against Jonathan Ross in this direction. The backhand is a sweetie of a hand. It's a real gift for him. And that short ball is going to look like a nightmare now. He never played Jonathan any longer than 3/4 length going in this direction, that backhand. He's too good for that. This drops short. I think this match is over. Oh, this is turning out to be an absolute nightmare. He'll be thinking, can I turn the clock back 3 balls and I'll give the jack away?
So Jonathan doesn't really want to widen the head here, David, just to slip round position.
It's a dead draw now, either way. That head's totally blocked up. 3 or 4 inches to draw the shot. Not a lot of room to play with. It's possible. If he draws a shot here, it'll be a tremendous ball. Damaged all the way.
Still would like to see him put one round the back, David, to cover that last delivery.
Well, here it comes. Back position. He's looking at all sorts of things here, and he's got absolutely nothing on but a draw. He's just going to have to say, I'm going to have to draw this shot right onto the jack. Everything has to be absolutely perfect about this delivery. I think it looks pacey. He's wide and heavy, and Jonathan Ross is going to lift the single. So the Irish champion cruises through with a last end tiebreak win, 2-1 in the 3rd set. And that's Jonathan almost guaranteed now for a quarter-final place in the W.I.B.C Championships.